Hey guys, it's Brian here and welcome to episode 77 of our Liverpool career mode series. In today's episode we got 3 games for you, starting off with a game here against Tottenham, move on to a game against Everton and Norwich after that too. And in today's episode I'll focus a little bit more on talking about the games that are going on while we're playing them here. But at the same time I want to get your opinion on one thing that I'm actually starting to focus on a little bit more as we get closer to August. And that is what team I'm going to be when I start my PS3 series for FIFA 14. I talked about this a little bit in the past. My goal is to do a PS3 series and then a PS4 series when the next gen consoles come out. I'll have 2 going on at the same time, but I'm obviously going to do a series right when the new game comes out this fall in September. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I already talked a little bit about, there's going to be some sort of voting process for that. But I want to start getting some names for teams that you guys want me to play as. The goal I'm probably going to shoot for is creating a list of maybe 8 teams or so that I think are the best, and then having some sort of like voting video process go on throughout the month of August, and then we can have a better idea of what team to be, and then bring that process up very quickly once the PS4 comes out in the fall. Now, choosing a side, there's a couple things I gotta focus on when making this a series for my YouTube channel. This gets into the kind of like the backroom idea of how to really get a successful series going on. And one thing that's really important is obviously we have a subscriber base here, and you guys watch my videos. I'm always very appreciative of that. I want to do something that you guys are interested in. That's the #1 priority. The second priority on top of that is doing a series on something that we know overall people will be interested in. When I started Liverpool, I didn't have that many subscribers on my channel. And the reason why that series was successful is that at the time there wasn't really any other series going on. I know that since then there's been lots of Liverpool series on YouTube. It was something I was able to kind of carve out my own niche, and fans of the team were able to find my channel and find my content and be interested in it because of that. So it's important to find a team that is, it doesn't have to be as big as Liverpool, but a team that has a following, has an interest, and something that is more English-based than anything, because, I don't want to play as an MLS team. That's kind of out of the question. I don't want to do that. That's, not very entertaining, and I bet none of you guys really want to see that either. But, when you look at maybe a team that's an Italian side or something like that, then you start getting into a viewer base that is less of your own, I speak English, and I want to interact with you guys that also speak English too. That doesn't mean that I don't enjoy having conversations from people from Norway or, different places of the world, but at the same time too, it's harder to actually, talk and get those conversations going and really connect with your viewers if you're doing something on, let's say, a Spanish side or Italian side. You lose a little bit of that there. So I think there's a little bit more of a focus on choosing an English team, because an English side is a, side that most people are going to watch that are going to speak English too. So, that's kind of one of the prefaces there. And then also something that, will be enjoyable to play as. I don't want to do something where I'm playing as Manchester United, because, Liverpool is very close to that, where they were a team that I knew that would take a bit of work maybe to get them to a spot where I could do or have some success with them. I feel like I failed a lot of ways with this team in the 4 seasons. I could have done maybe a bit more of them. But I like that middling squad, maybe a little bit higher in the middling squad, or even lower in some cases. Like if I had it my way, if I was playing without recording a series, I would choose a team like in League 1 or the Champions League, or sorry, the Championship, and go with that. But since I want to choose a team that has a little bit more of a following, that's where, that mixture comes in. But I'm not counting those teams out. It has to be a side, like I said, that has a strong following of fans to be interested in watching the series. But at the same time, too, it can also be a side that maybe is lower in the table or even in a league below the Barclays Premier League as well. Just a matter of, kind of figuring out, see what you guys want to see, and then also, putting maybe the analytics together for myself a little bit to figure that out on top of that, too. So in closing, I want to get your guys' opinions. You can leave those in the comments. Let me know the teams that you want to see. I'll read those comments, respond to them. Let me know what you think. I'll in turn let you know what I think of those ideas, and then we can start getting a better idea, maybe those top 8 teams that we want to focus on going into August, where we can really start, looking at those teams closer, maybe even doing a series where I'm focusing on all these 8 teams, and then, really saying, hey, this is the pros and cons of doing this side, and then we can really get a good vote going on for those, and figure it out by the end of August, and when we're obviously getting a lot closer to FIFA 13 coming out. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and we can start getting a better idea of what team I will be playing as for my career mode in FIFA 14. And let's move on to the game here. As you can see, Luis Suarez getting the goal there as we get a 2-0 lead against Everton. And that first goal from Bernd was pretty funny. One of those chances where you're not really thinking it's going to happen. It's going to be frustrating if it's going to miss. But in that case, we're able to get the goal there. A nice goal for us. Suarez with the other goal there too. And we got a 2-0 lead against Everton. one of the things I really found, I've been playing this series for a bit of time, and I've got an idea of the teams that I've done good and bad against. Everton's always been a side, and I'm very happy for this actually, that we've never really had trouble against. I don't think we've actually ever lost a game, and if we have had points dropped, it's always been in a draw or a replay in the cups, but we've always seemed to play them too. It's been one of those sides that we continually matched up against, and there was a chance for Bender there where we were trying to set him up, but he had the wrong foot, so wasn't able to get that opportunity to go. Here's the gaff of the game though. I haven't made one of these in a while, as I tried to pass that back to Leno, and instead of just kicking it right away, I tried to have a little bit more control. He didn't have a good touch there, and that led to a goal against us, but we'll still get the win here, and we'll win this game 2-1, continue on in the FA Cup here, and pretty strong game overall. So it's funny for me, I've already talked about this in the past for you guys, but there's definitely teams where you play them, and for whatever reason it just does not work out. You're playing the game, and I don't know, I think Blackburn's been one of those sides for me that I've had major issues against in the past, where I have been able to really make it happen in the games, which has been a bit of a disappointment at points. We'll move on here to the transfer deadline, and I do make one move. I didn't really talk about this that much because we brought in the center back. We talked about this a long time ago, but then I started thinking, hey, you know what, we haven't been using Alphalai. He's on the wrong wing, he's in the wrong position. Why don't we use him as bait to bring in an actual right wing player? And the player that I actually focused on was Theo Walcott, as we're focusing on him quite a bit in the past. There's a player that you guys wanted to see being brought into here, and he did cost a bit of money, as you're going to see here, but we had quite a bit of money to spend. I kind of overspent just a bit to bring him in, but it was another player that I thought we could have and use in that spot where we have a little bit more depth there, and also that frees up Coutinho as well to play in the attacking mid role, as he hasn't been able to play there as much. And yeah, so we bring in Theo Walcott, we give away £10 million there, along with Ibrahim Afellay, and yeah, a bit of money there. I think his overall asking price was about 17 million or 18 million. We spend with the value there, I think about 18 million on him. We get the job done, get the deal done too, and that was the one transfer that we make at this deadline here, is we're able to get a very solid player, an English player at that, to bring him into our squad, which I think is a good thing. And we have another player now in our wings. So if this is the last season, as we talked about from the past here, that we're going to have a push, and I really want to focus obviously on the Euro League and make that the big goal, win the Euro League. And the other thing I want to talk about too, as we're opening up this game here against Norwich, is that I'm going to be doing some live stream stuff for the FIFA series. I'm not sure when. I'm still kind of recording my content, editing it, and putting it up for you guys when I have the opportunities to do so. And we're obviously at the end of the series now, so I haven't been as consecutive with the actual content. That obviously all changes when we get around to FIFA 14 once again. And on top of that too, I'm going to be way more consistent with the content throughout all the way to December, January as well, as I cut off my points there in November last year. That was due to the fact that I was working a lot and also doing the series too. So a bit of a different situation, and I'm focusing more on doing the series for this year. So especially when these games are brand new, I'm going to be just pumping out the content for both FIFA and NHL. And yeah, this was a fantastic goal there by Pacheco. He's scored some goals for us in the past, but nothing like that. So very happy to see him tie the game up very early here for us. And yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where I think right now I'm posting when I can. I can do it, when I have the opportunities to get it up. And I've wanted to, I don't even know if I'm going to do it or not at this point, but I still want to, look at doing a new series for FIFA. I've been doing the Versus series. That hasn't really taken off in any way. I'm still, obviously interested in doing a couple more games of that, just as a thing to do on the side as we're getting ready for FIFA 14. But yeah, it's one of those things for me that right now, unless I have this major thrust of, you guys really want to see a Season 5, I'd be happy to see us have a very solid finish to our career mode here in Season 4, and call it that, because we're already moving into August here. We're getting very close to FIFA 14 and the demo too, which I want to do a lot of stuff for as well. But in the game here, we scored an early goal to tie up the game early on. There was a chance for Mayuka to put one away, wrong-footed though, not able to get that chance to go. And this game's going to really just kind of slow down here, as you're going to see. We're going to get a couple chances late here to see if we can get one more goal to, get that 3 points we really want to have. Not able to get it there. Pacheco not able to hold that ball, and that's going to be the end of the game, unfortunately, as we drop points against both Norwich and Tottenham. And that's a bit of a disappointment overall, because we've been doing very good this season. That's, I think, another episode. We had the episode where we lost 2 games in a row. That wasn't a very good episode there, but then, dropping points in this episode here Not the best thing to do if we're trying to get to that league title spot, but you know what? We'll surely right the ship in next episode. You can stay tuned for that one coming in a couple days as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the future.
And let's take a look at what those results mean to the league table. At the top of the table remain Manchester City with 54 points. In second, Chelsea with 51 points. In third, Manchester United with 50 points. In fourth, Liverpool with 49 points. In fifth, Arsenal with 44 points. In sixth, Newcastle United with 44 points, but only behind on goal difference. In seventh, Sunderland with 38 points. In eighth, Stoke City with 37 points. Bottom of the table, Leicester City with 8 points. And then reading up the table, second bottom, Blackburn Rovers with 10 points. Third bottom, Wigan Athletic with 18 points, but only behind on goal difference. Fourth bottom, Queen's Park Rangers with 18 points. Fifth bottom, Norwich City with 19 points.